All right, let's continue on number 10. First thing we have to do is find the slope. So we're going to take y2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So 6 minus 3 over 4 minus 2 gives me 3/2. That's my slope. So pick one of the points to put in. I'm going to take 3 and put it in for y. Get my slope, which is 3/2. Then I'm going to take 2 over 1 plus b. I'm going to cancel. And when you subtract 3, we have b is 0. So remember, we don't have to write that in the equation, just the 3/2. Okay, if you look at number 11, the y is always -1. So it's as simple as this. Y is equal to -1. Number 12. Toa takes a freeway home from work so he can use his cruise control. The table below shows the time in X minutes since he entered the freeway related to the distance y and miles he is from his exit at several points during his journey. So it says at 8 minutes he's 34 miles away from his exit. So let's first of all find the slope. So we have 25 minus 34 over 20 minus 8, which gives me -9 over 12. If we reduce this to lowest terms, we have -3/4. There's your slope. So now let's plug in one of these points. Let's use 8/34. So we have 34 equals -3/4. That's the slope, times 8 plus b. I'm going to cross cancel. So I have 34 equals -6 plus b. I'm going to add 6, so b is 40. So let's put it all together. I have y equals -3/4 x plus 40. What does that y-intercept mean? That means that his total distance on the freeway is 40 miles. So use the equation to predict how much time will pass before he reaches his exit. So when he reaches his exit, the distance away from his exit is 0. So let's plug in 0 for y. So there's not a lot of room here. So I'm going to take that equation and I'm going to put in 0 for y. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to subtract 40. So I have -40 equals -3/4 x. If we divide by a fraction, we flip it upside down. So we are going to take $40 and multiply times 4/3, which will give me -160 divided by 3, which is about 53. About 53 minutes. All right, the next one, let's see. Write an equation for the line given. All righty. So let's just look at this one. This has a nice y-intercept, right? So my b is -4. This also has a nice slope of 1 over 1 down. So my slope is -1. So my equation is y equals -x minus 4. This next one, Well, we're not so lucky with the y-intercept, but we can figure out the slope between the 2 points. So I have negative 2/3 as a slope, and I can use this point 1, 1. Okay, so I have 1 equals negative 2/3 times 1 plus b. Okay. I'm going to add 2/3 to each side. So I have 1 and 2/3 b equals b. So I have 3 times 1 is 3, 4, 5, that's 5/3. So my equation is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5/3. That's one of those super fraction-y ones. All right, last one. Jamal was asked to write an equation for the line on the graph below. Jamal's work is shown to the right of the graph. He has made a common mistake in writing the equation for the line. Find Jamal's mistake and explain what he did wrong. Then write the correct equation for the line. All right, well, let's check his points. He took points 1, 1 and negative 1, negative 2. So the points are right. Let's see what he did. He did negative 2 minus 1, negative 1 minus 1. So we have negative 3 over negative 2, which is 3/2. That's correct. Now he used the point 1, 1. So he plugged in 1 and 1. He did not. He was good until here. Now he has to subtract the 3/2, which is the same thing as subtracting 1 1/2. So let's subtract 1 1/2. If you subtract 1 1/2, you are left with negative 1/2. So he just went wrong in the very last step. So he should have y equals 3/2 x minus 1/2. Okay? That's it.